What is going on YouTube? And welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. A couple things I want you guys to do for us before we get started. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Press that big red subscribe button. It is free to do. Also, make sure you click the thumbs up button for us. Give us some love with that. Also, leave us a comment. Let us know how we are doing. Give us your opinions on the topics that we're discussing tonight. Also, make sure you press the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And make sure you share JoJo Speaks all around the world. Share it with your friends, your loved ones, all those who you know. We're trying to get JoJo Speaks out here in these streets, y'all. My co-hosts are back again, Jennifer, Tyrone, and Mike. What's going on, y'all?
Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
we are all here back together once again as one. So first things first, we have another story concerning Bishop Whitehead. So I don't know if you guys have seen, but there's been video that has surfaced of a prophetess that is in the church, and she is physically attacked by Bishop Whitehead. He grabs her by the neck. He forcefully gets her out of his church. There was an aftermath video, everything that's going on. We talked about this extensively on the Juice Radio and Talk Show. And I do want to speak on it for my show as well. So what were you guys' opinions on this happening? He's in the news again, y'all, as he probably wants.
At this point, he wants to be in the news because he wants to be in the news. Like,
right.
It's no way that one thing can happen and you just never left out of sight since then. Like, but when I first heard about it, because he didn't want to say it, and I was like, okay, something has happened. And I know that when things happen, when you say in the media, people do come to your church to check you out. So I was hoping that maybe this is something that actually happened that was legit, a reason why he did this. But when he put out the other video, the wide angle video,
yeah,
which I wonder why the wide angle video wasn't put out with the robbery, but that's neither here or there.
Right.
But when you put the wide angle video, and he made it seem like the girl was coming down there to attack his wife and newborn baby. But as I look at the video about 10 times, I've seen people clapping in the church. So I know she wasn't saying anything or cursing him out like he said she was.
Right.
She had to be praising God. And she said she was talking in her heavenly language. Talking in tongues for people who didn't know what that means.
Right.
But so I'm like, so it was really no reason for him to attack her. And then when she was walking in front of the church, people do that when they about to go back to their seat. So she was walking swiftly, but she wasn't walking as far as you going to attack someone. People were still clapping at the same time she was walking in front of the church. Right. The clapping started when he got off his pulpit and choked her by the neck. So something is wrong, and I'm happy that he doesn't have a full church because we don't need anybody getting the word from anybody like him. Right. He is definitely the problem. He is the problem.
Agreed.
Regina says, hello, everyone.
Hey, Regina.
Hello, Regina.
And she also says that it's sad. Abuse in any form is not
correct. Right. I agree.
This whole situation is a lot, and I do believe that God is using it to rectify some things. I do feel that there's going to be more to come. Unfortunately, we're going to be hearing a lot more from that so-called bishop. So I really don't have much more to say. I do feel like both are in the wrong. I really don't understand anybody that says that he is in the right for putting hands on that woman. And also believe no matter what her intentions were, even if she was just trying to pray over the church.
Well, she said that the guy was calling her to the front of the church. That's what she said in her interview.
And she did. But she started off at her chair praying, and praying in tongues and being, loud and stuff. And I believe that he took offense to that because, it's his church. And yeah, I don't think that he was under the impression that she would come up there.
Well, I've been in many churches, visiting at home. And, if you're in a black church,
Right.
black AME church, because that's what I'm accustomed to. I'm just
Mhm.
gonna speak on what I know of.
Speak on it.
We get up, no matter if you're preaching or not, we're gonna say what we got to say if it's on our heart.
Right.
So that's at our seat in the aisle or in the front.
Mm.
The only place that we won't go is the pulpit if we've never not called to the actual pulpit in an AME church.
Mhm.
So I don't think that her going into the front, and when people were clapping, the 6 people that was clapping in the church, I feel like she had to be saying something good because nobody would have been to clap. We don't clap unless it's a good testimony.
Right.
So
Agreed.
I'm going off based off the 6 audience members.
Absolutely. All 6 of them. Let me just quickly say, Justin Talks Film is here. Hello,
Hey,
Justin.
That's a good question, actually. Yes.
He asked, are there standards of conduct that he is held to?
Can't be.
Here's the problem, Justin. I love that question, first of all. And thank you for coming. We love you.
Right.
Anyway, unfortunately, when you have a pastor that is basically doing things on his own, winging it, as Chrissy would say, he's out there winging it like Samaya Reese was.
Right.
And he is doing it his way. He's not yielding to anybody. So when you don't have any yield to anybody or don't have like a spiritual father, I would say spiritual father, but there is certainly a such thing, somebody to help guide you and a mentor.
Right.
And when you don't have that, when you have no one that's willing to, push you to where you're supposed to go, especially since you won't listen to authority anyway, you're really just looking for clout.
Right.
There's nobody that will be able to say anything or set any standard for this particular pastor. He's winging it, flying by the seat of his pants and by his emotions. So as far as standards for this particular person, because it's difficult for me to refer to him as a bishop. I have respect for those titles and I can't see that on him. But anywho, for this particular man, everything flies out the window because what he operates on is his emotions and what he wants to do. Right. So when standards are in question, there are none, unfortunately. And thank you for the question. But let me go ahead and say this also. I'm sorry. The Juice Radio and Talk Show. She says, I do not believe she was going to cause any harm to his wife. He used that as an excuse to do what he did to her.
Yes. And if you've seen the video, I watched the video, like I said earlier, 10 times. The wife actually stood up and was clapping too when she was speaking.
Right. Yeah.
So,
and
and
to me, Bishop Whitehead's actions show us that he has no standards. Because if he did have standards, he would not have stepped to her and put his hands on her the way that he did.
He wouldn't have stepped to her, period.
Right. Exactly. Tyrone, what are your thoughts on this?
Ignore that situation and basically take a hold of his church.
Right.
He would say, praise the Lord, thank you for your testimony. And he'll probably preach on what she just said and then go back to what he was talking about before.
Exactly. But that's somebody that has some kind of control about themselves. He saw his church being led by the hand of some woman. That's
right.
Okay.
Absolutely. And in that moment, he had to strike.
Literally.
He felt he had to strike.
And to kill her voice, he grabs for her neck.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it's also kind of funny, not funny, but like funny weird, that he kept on saying out loud, take her out, remove her, take her out. And nobody was moving.
Yeah, we're not going to put up no foolishness now. We don't do that.
Nobody was moving. And he was the one that actually pushed her all the way out of the church. I feel like there's not a lot of people inside of his church that's here for him. That's how
I hope he doesn't have no members they'll be a fool to go back to that church.
There are members of this
Yeah.
church that hold him in high regard
Right, because they're obviously there.
because they keep showing up every Sunday.
Right.
For me, if I was to be at that church and I was to see this foolishness, me and him would have some words. Hey, man.
Definitely. Right.
Number two, you're not
getting
getting my tithe anymore. You're not getting my tithe. You're not getting my offering. You're not even getting my warm body in your seats anymore.
Right.
Speaking of you saying that, was there any man? I gotta go back and look at. I haven't even looked at see if there was any man.
The men aren't there because he's ran the men away.
Okay, because I'm like, why did no man stop that? Like,
it's for the same reason he didn't put hands on the robbers that were robbing his church.
Right.
Because the men of the church are a threat, because when they bring an order, it's a whole different type of order and correction than from a woman. A woman is beneath him.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But a man can meet you eyeball to eyeball and say, hey, you are out of line.
And he don't want none of that.
And you don't want that smoke.
Exactly. So yeah, best of wishes to everyone involved. It's a whole MESS mess. So it has been reported that the sexual abuse lawsuit filed against Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears has been dismissed. Now I watched the video in question. I will say that it was disturbing in a way. The suggestions that were made in that video of Ari Spears lusting after this little boy. I understand why the suit was brought up against him. And then Tiffany Haddish has also said that she's lost all of her gigs due to this lawsuit. So did you guys see the video, and what were your reactions to the video? And can you understand why the case was brought up against them?
Oh yeah, we've seen the video. Well, I've seen the video. I can't speak for everybody else, but it was very. When I'm watching a video, it's hard for me to even like watch it, and I'm by myself. That was just disgusting. I mean, it wasn't even funny. Like, I didn't laugh. It was nowhere near funny, and I don't know. On the way to Orlando, Florida, for my vacation, Steve Harvey Morning Show was talking about this, and he was just saying, like, who are y'all people in y'all crew? Like, Was it nobody that said nothing to you guys? Like, this, I don't know if y'all should do it, or this ain't right, dog. You have nothing but yes people in your crew that said go with this. You get with your team, and then also do a reality check, because in 2022, when the world is very sensitive about everything, there's no way that you thought back 3 years ago when you did that skit that was gonna be funny. So it was just disgusting to me. So yes, I can understand why the suit was brought up, and I can see why it was dropped too. But I can also see why you lost all your endorsements and nobody wants to work with you, because if you thought that was funny, to hire you is almost saying that I agree with what you did.
Exactly.
Just a quick comments. Regina says, "Hi, Justin." And she also says, there are standards. What? I already read that, Ty. There are standards, but you must have someone you're accountable to. That's, we're talking about the Whitehead situation.
Right.
And Joseph says, what up, beautiful people?
Hey, Joseph.
Hello.
And
thank you for coming.
And Joseph also says, feathers have more weight than that clown.
Yep.
Yes, for that analogy.
But what I'm thinking about with the whole Tiffany Haddish, first of all, it says that the whole thing was dropped with Tiffany Haddish. I'm really curious as to whether or not they're still pursuing Ari Spears. Unfortunately, it all looked like a money grab, and they had a video to help insinuate the things that they said against Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears. I personally don't believe that she did any of the things that they're saying that she did, as far as like grooming or anything like that. But what surprises me is that the mother of those two children have been around Tiffany
Right.
for a very long time.
Mm.
And this is just really odd to me. And if you also look at the dropping of the lawsuit, they put out this whole thing. We have known Tiffany for years, which we knew already, and
Right.
she would never do this to us. So why did you?
Yeah, why do you like to use your child? And it's like, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and to be honest, I kind of feel sorry for Tiffany in this situation, not only, for the after effect of what happened, but this happened when she was really just getting started.
Right. You can tell.
Yeah, and yeah, I just hate that it happened with her, and I hate that she even linked up with Aries Spears because he has a sick mind like that.
Yeah, and
Yes.
all things will pass. I do know that for sure, and I do feel like she's apologetic. Her,
Yes.
because she hasn't really been speaking about it. Aries Spears, on the other hand, has been talking nonstop.
Right.
And it's kind of to the point where now, are you even apologetic? Or do you understand why people find it disgusting?
And I don't think he does understand that because
Yeah.
I think he's okay with it.
That's the problem.
Right.
Yeah, so
That's the problem.
yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah. Tyrone, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, it is an absolutely poor judgment, poor taste in a project. As one that dabbles in film projects from time to time, I don't think they even thought about this actually seeing the light of day. And now that it
Why take
has,
the time to
I
say
wouldn't
that?
risk doing such thing that I can't stand behind. And for you to think that, oh, well, it's in the name of comedy.
It wasn't funny.
No, I
No.
feel like they should just did we call it parody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They should just did something like that, and then we would have been laughing like all day. Not looking in that nature, but a parody maybe of a movie like Precious. Like, even though the movie's not supposed to be funny, it's some funny moments in that movie.
Okay.
Like,
Right.
so do something like
I don't think he had the best interest of everybody that was involved.
And that
or
how I
himself.
feel about Aries or himself. He does
Right.
a lot of dark, sick humor like that, and that's why I don't feel like he's ever been huge. The biggest thing he ever did was Mad TV, and
Right.
the stuff that he did on there was not exactly the best. So yeah,
Excuse me.
like I said, what a mess this is, Tiffany. I hope she learns from this to guard her circle. And this is what, okay, so I listened to Corey Holcomb. Just, he is a bit
Solid
much.
brother.
He's a lot.
He's a lot.
But him and
brown liquor.
him and other comedians are really trying to rally around Tiffany because the real ones are saying like they were trying to basically tell her you can't help everybody out. You can't be on everybody's team. You got to watch your circle, just like Regina said. And I feel like she's certainly learning this now. I hope she doesn't get down into the depths of depression because she has some really great
It's like
friends. All she needs to do is be quiet. Let
that
this
she been
fly
doing.
all the way out.
Right.
And Tiffany, I see that Boosie offered you a job. Please don't take it.
Please.
As the University Jennifer, all money is not good money. Child, do not take it, okay?
Please.
He's the last one that you want to
Leave that Negro alone.
He's the one that had his son get molested on stage in front of an audience. So please do not take any money, a cent from him.
Okay.
I will say this. I am mostly surprised at the rally of her comedic peers.
Right.
Because of how dismissive they were of her comedic talent.
Exactly.
But they can see that this is wrong, though.
Yeah,
and
right.
to be honest, I think they hate Aries Spears more than they don't have any.
Exactly.
Tiffany Haddish.
Yes.
So I believe, and I think they see what happened in this moment.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that she's blameless in any of this,
But she's definitely not.
but
I feel like it's like the black people. Like, we're not going to approve and agree with everything you do, but we're going to stand behind your back when we feel like we've been done wrong.
Exactly. And
so that's because she's not funny at all. She's not really a comedian in my book, but
not in my book either.
But you're in my circle though. I'm gonna have your back when you're wrong. I mean, when I feel like you've been done wrong.
Mm-hmm. And that's literally how Corey Holcomb has been talking about her, though. It's like she's not funny and all that stuff. But he says he knows of her. He's been in her presence, and she is really a sweet lady. Yeah. There's nothing negative about her. So that's why I like listening to Corey, because he keeps it real, but he keeps it all the way.
And he has a dry sense of humor. Like if his comedy is funny, but he doesn't. He's right on that line of being like just right on that line of being
funny and disrespectful.
You were like, hey, man, that's a dig, sir.
Hey,
hold on, wait a minute.
Hey,
exactly.
Not talking about father.
Right. So next on the docket, we have big news coming out. Yes, on the docket.
JoJo has an agenda. Okay,
that's yours, JoJo. You have an agenda.
Yes, I do.
Next on the agenda.
News coming out of New York. New York Attorney General Letitia James. She has filed a $250 million lawsuit against Donald Trump, Ivanka Trump, Donald Trump Jr., and Eric Trump and the Trump Organization due to allegations of fraud, claiming that they have certain money that they don't, appraising their properties as much higher than they're actually worth. Do you guys think anything's going to come out of this lawsuit?
No, I just have one thing to say. Y'all can take it over. When I seen this and read this, all I could think about was hell has no fear like a woman scorned. Okay, not to go just after the dad, but the whole family.
Right.
They all of y'all. They all in their business. Not only is he suing Trump, but he's suing all of his Trump org. Everything.
Yes.
So yeah,
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
now, do I think something will come out of it? I mean.
They gotta handle it right though.
Oof.
They gotta handle it right. They gotta handle it delicately.
You gotta think this ain't gonna be a quick process. This is
it's not.
For years.
And to be honest, for all we know, he may be in jail trying to litigate that.
Right.
With exactly. All that's happening with all them,
with the declassification, he said because he was president, he could declassify.
Because I thought declassifying it, it was declassified.
Right, like just because I'm the president, just a thought will make something happen. Like, no, you clearly don't know the boundaries of your job, sir.
He's a reality star. He doesn't in politics at all.
He knows the boundaries. He's just saying stuff so he can make it.
No, right. I don't think he knows because we hired a president who was a reality TV star. Well, he wasn't in politics. He wasn't a governor. He wasn't a governor assistant. He wasn't even in a governor house. Like,
right.
So why would we even hire him? I think we as the people knew more what we was getting into than he knew what he was. And how the hell he got in the White House is beyond me. But that's neither here or there. He did 4 years, and people somehow like him, even our kind. Unfortunately.
But
it is what it is. At this point, I told myself I wasn't going to argue about stupid.
Right.
But everybody likes something different.
Right.
Even if it makes no sense at all.
Even if it makes no sense. They like different stuff.
Exactly. And I think the fact that he was not a politician, was a really, really good thing for him, because a lot of his fans don't like politicians because they always say the right things, and because Trump says whatever comes to his mind first and then he says it, doesn't ask questions, then that's what
I don't think he hit his mind. I think he just hit his mouth and he says it.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Also, so Apple has added a bonnet option to their emoji in the new iOS update. Like, are we supporting this? Are we supporting this blackness that's across our screens, y'all?
When you need Monique to shut the hell up, she doesn't. But now when she needs to speak up again, she's always quiet.
How do you feel? You're an iPhone man, right?
I love iPhone. I've been on Apple since probably the iPhone 4. So yes, I've been on Apple for a long time. Now this bonnet feature, I mean, as representation, I mean, this is what you see when you go out to the stores and stuff.
Well, true.
And I wear a bonnet too, but you don't wear mine to bed or drive through, but not getting out of the car. It's probably been maybe 1 or 2 times I had really bought a bonnet in the store, and that's because I just didn't make a quick run. But
see, the ways that I wore a bonnet is that it was actually cold outside. So what I did, and I feel like taking off my bonnet, I put the bonnet on, and I put a winter cap on top.
Well, that's different then. Yeah, you did it correctly.
Right.
But, I just like, the bonnet emoji, I really feel like it's for Black people, honestly, because, I mean, it's definitely for us.
I mean,
but
who else would it be for?
I just don't understand why people feel, I'm not trying to be across the board, but Black women feel that wearing a bonnet is okay in public. And it would be better if they were maybe dressed up and they was maybe like had a bonnet on, maybe just got their hair done, but they have pajamas on or a whole onesie outfit with a bonnet. They have like just the crack of the dirty clothes attire on and CVS. And it's embarrassing when you have nothing but Caucasians all around and then they see something like that and it's like, I just feel like it's just kind of
because there's not enough people that is ready to tell somebody, hey, just think a little bit more of yourself rather than looking down on them and saying, oh my gosh, what do you have on? It's like, it's a whole thought process. What if you find your husband out here? And I'm not saying that you have to look top tier every time you step out the door, but there's other ways to do it. I like to see women that do the bonnets but have like a baseball cap on top of it.
On top of it, I like you said, the jacket.
Because you're outside. That's something like, as far as my future children and all that stuff, they won't be doing that mess.
Well, I think it's all about how you come up. Because I remember my grandma and my mother saying, when you're a certain way, you got to make sure you wear your clothes neatly, iron your clothes, be presentable. Make sure there's no things on your clothes. Don't go out the house looking any kind of way. You're a representation of me. I'm your mother.
Absolutely. And I've had every single one of those conversations, okay?
Yes.
Put your slip on. See, I can't even step out with a skirt on without a slip.
Oh, not a slip.
Wow.
You still wear slips, Jennifer?
Oh, well, only at church.
Okay, I haven't. My grandma. One thing about slips, because I don't see none of the young people wearing it anymore. I just remember my grandma walking around the house getting breakfast ready in her slip.
Right. Our mother used to do the same thing.
Absolutely.
That's
exactly what I know. And
with hair stockings.
I'm just trying to make see, that's where I draw the line. I cannot stand stockings. The only time I do something remotely to that is when I do tights, and it really makes the outfit looks really cute. But that's as far as that goes. I can't stand it all. But anywho, it's good to be presentable and make sure that people can't see through your clothes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but the bonnet thing, I mean, if it's about representation, because people are gonna do it anyway, then I'm here for it. I mean, it was very funny. Looking at it, because people can it. It was very funny looking at it, but I won't be doing a bonnet emoji. Just know that.
Regina says, I don't have an iPhone, so we Android users just have to draw on the you have to draw a bonnet on our emoji. Look,
that's the emoji right there.
Yeah, I'm not.
But what happens to just wearing the wraps, like the wrap? I don't mind that in public, like the little
me
wrap
too. And then it's easier to put the wrap under a hat and all that stuff.
Right.
I don't remember back in the early 2000s people wearing bonnets out in public.
What happened is that we got lazy.
Exactly.
It takes a lot, especially with the amount of inches that women be having, to try to wrap that over your head.
No, because the bonnets obviously be empty. It be never flat.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, to be honest, the most of the time that I see bonnets, it really doesn't look like there's much hair underneath. But that's neither here nor there. Let's move on to our next.
Yeah. That's a hair hat.
let's just move on to our next topic. One of the producers of the upcoming Wizard of Oz remake, his name is Kenya Barris. Barris. He has confirmed that the remake will include LGBTQ plus characters that reflect the world. So my question is, I wonder which of those characters will be labeled. And I understand why this is being done, which we'll get into during our social commentary for more visit for people to be able to see themselves. Representation. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm sorry. For more representation. So, do we feel like this is a good look for the Wizard of Oz? And
I'd rather let the gay community answer that first.
Okay, so for me personally, I understand why they're doing this. I commend them for doing this in a way. However, I don't know if this is going to add anything to the story. I don't know if the reasoning for them doing this is going to come out the way that they wanted it to. I don't know how they're going to present this. How are we going to be able to notice that a certain character is a part of the LGBTQ plus community? I don't know. I'm not sure. What are your thoughts on it, Mike?
This is what I'm. Huh?
Come on, you know how they gonna do it.
Well, yeah, I don't agree with this portion of the LGBT being included in the Wiz or the Oz. I mean, the Wizard of Oz or the Wiz, because I don't. When I watch the Wizard of the Oz, the Wizard of Oz or the Wiz, I don't put a sex to anybody. I don't put a sex to a Tin Man. I mean, I know it's a man, but he doesn't have a sexuality. He doesn't do anything sexual. I don't know why we have to worry about being somebody straight or gay. And yet, correct. Like, I feel like sometimes people want to make sure it's inclusion, but sometimes it doesn't fit where they want it to be. It's the puzzle pieces not match.
Right.
For this movie. So this is what I'm saying. I don't feel like I'm happy that they're thinking about us, wanting us to be included in things, because we do exist. But also include things that make sense, okay? Because nobody was in love in that movie to nobody. Like, it's a dog, a witch, a girl who's lost, and a Tin Man,
a lion, and a scarecrow.
Like, what are we gonna put somebody like? Why they gotta be gay? Is it gonna be a gay lion? Like, what? Like, what are we gonna do?
Right.
Like, what are we doing here? So I don't feel like this should be our being. I was like, it should be anything. It should be like, make sure this person is straight, make sure this person is gay. It should just be a character, and that's it. So yeah, I don't get it. I don't get what they're trying to say. I do here.
I'm not here for another remake.
And period. That too. Now that's it. Right. Okay.
It's like we get it. We get it. It's an iconic movie, man. Like
there hasn't actually been like a remake of The Wizard of Oz, like the original movie.
The Wiz was long enough.
There was an updated version of The Wizard of Oz that they tried to, and it flopped.
Well, some things I agree with Tyrone. Some things they just need to let it go. Like, I feel like The Wizard of Oz, they had a white version, and then we came out with the black version, The Wiz. So let's keep it like that. I mean, and there's so many iconic people in The Wiz: Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, and some other people I don't know, but I know they're iconic too. But I just feel like let's let it be like, let that be there, and let's just be. When if I ever have kids, or maybe my niece gets a little older, I was a girl. We do from a greatness. Look at this, Diana Ross, Michael Jackson. They all could sing in this movie. They all could act in it. Let that just be it right there. Unless Beyonce's gonna do it, then then we can redo it. But
Justin Talks Film says, I think sexuality isn't all about sex. It's showing different personalities exist in the world. Sex isn't a defining factor in my personality.
Yes, but if I'm going to the zoo and see a lion, I'm not gonna be like, "Who's a gay lion?" If I'm going to I'm not gonna say it was a gay monkey. Like, it's just, I feel like when it comes to characters, let the characters, unless they're kissing another person or dating somebody, then we don't have to be included in a lion. And like, I don't have to feel like he has to be.
Let me ask y'all this: out of the Fab Four of the Wizard of Oz, who would you want to represent the community?
The girl. I want to be the girl who the main character, of course.
So you'd want Dorothy to be a lesbian?
No, I want her to be a male.
Oh.
How you doing? Hello.
Okay.
Oh,
Wait,
that is a twist on events there, sir.
That would be interesting.
The witch can be a woman, or she was a woman, but it can be like maybe a gay male could be the witch.
Right? Yeah, that would be
and
interesting.
You know what? All that I ask is that it makes sense.
They did do that.
You know, I don't want it to be. I just don't want it to be haphazardly done. You know, just throwing someone in just to say that we got somebody in.
Yeah.
And you know, I love the community, but and I do support the inclusion. But I just don't want it to be a second thought to be like, oh, let's do this. Let's have a gay man in here.
But
You know what?
You know that's how Hollywood does movies on the fly. They will just look what happened. What was the movie? They went and Dave Chappelle was talking about how they completely changed the whole script around. He's like, I'm not doing this. I'm not putting on the dress. And it was like, oh, okay, fine. And it came back with a whole new scene.
Well, you know, I was just thinking about what Justin, the filmmaker, the creator, was
Justin Talks Films.
Yeah, Justin Talks Films was saying about it doesn't have to be like a sexual thing. But I was the brother was recreated, and they used the fairy godmother was played by the guy.
Yeah. Billy Porter played the fairy godmother.
But see,
and that was done.
That's what a person though.
Yes.
I don't feel like an animal should be like the Tin Man or a lion shouldn't have
a scarecrow.
A scarecrow. I don't feel like that should be. I don't think I have to care.
That's why I say let's. I can only hope it's done tastefully and thoughtfully.
I have a theory.
And then also, can you start also when we do characters before? Does it have to always be a feminine gay person who's extra? Because you know, it's more than them around.
Right. But you know what? If that's the case, then that character would have to be romantically involved with someone in order for us to catch it, or they'd have to actually come out during the movie.
But if it's in the Wizard of Oz, then why worry about being a gay character at all in the Wizard of Oz then? Because nobody ever falls in love. That's just going to be a whole remake, and it's going to be something totally different.
Right. What were you going to say?
Instead of the man.
I have a suspicion of where it could potentially show up is amongst the Lollipop Guild.
I ain't been so long. I don't even know what that is.
So do you think
that's
the little people?
The little people.
Yeah. So do you think they'll be gays instead of little people?
Going on.
Anyways, we'll see what happens.
Maybe it won't be the auntie. Maybe a couple of uncles.
Just don't worry about making the movie, okay?
Look. You messing around, it's gonna be a black Dorothy.
Right, child. Speaking of that, onto our social commentary for this week, and we say this just for Mike, y'all.
We should have put my video in here that I did for you guys also.
So the trailer for the Little Mermaid remake, the live action remake for the Little Mermaid, which comes out May of next year, it hit airways, I believe 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll tell you what I thought when I initially saw it. So I was extremely impressed. I love the design of her tail, the fact that she has 4 fins, kind of looks like a butterfly effect in a way. I think that looks gorgeous. I love the way that her hair is CGI'd on there. It looks beautiful. That was one of the questions that I had. How red is her hair going to be? I do wish it was a little bit brighter, just a little bit. Like, give me Janet Jackson Velvet Rope red. Hallie's red is a little darker than that.
It's like a rust color to me, like a rusty orange.
It
but
does.
I feel like it was more like live. if you live underwater, nobody ever lives underwater, but your hair's gonna be bright red. It's gonna be like the rusty color.
Exactly. And someone said that on a YouTube video as well. Or I think it was a TikTok. She was actually a redhead and she showed her hair while it was dry, and she showed that it was wet. And when it was wet, it was definitely darker. And also, I loved her rendition of Part of Your World. I love the fact that she went up on the word be. I love her facial expression, the fact that she closed her eyes when she said be, and I love the run on B. I did hear the full version of Part of Your World, so she doesn't do any other runs during any of the other parts of the song. So I'm glad that she doesn't over embellish the song, because she could do a lot with this song. But
if she was gay, it would have been a lot.
Child, but we know that Disney is very even keeled. They don't do too much of the acrobatics with their singing. They do it just straight tone for the most part. But I love that Halle brought herself to this role. So give me you guys' initial impressions, and then we'll get into the other talk.
Well, my initial impression, as you guys seen,
actually, we can show that really quickly.
Show it.
If you'd like.
Go ahead, child. Go ahead.
All right.
Let's ease on over to Mike's rendition.
Oh, maybe I should turn up the
how
volume.
He feels.
Are we gonna be able to hear?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear.
Hey, family. Just calling to let y'all know that I'm okay. But I just saw the snippet of The Little Mermaid, and that made me cry. And we have to see it next year when it comes out. Oh my God, that was amazing. We have to talk about that. Not this week, because I won't be there, but next week. Hey,
so heartfelt.
So just a little backstory. I was on vacation last week on a cruise boat, and I had the internet package, and I saw the clip that everybody's seen, the trailer, the little teaser. It wasn't a trailer, a teaser.
Yeah, it was a teaser.
And when I seen that, first of all, as a child, I used to love The Little Mermaid as the show. I love The Little Mermaid, and I feel like, yeah, I used to actually, me and my cousins used to swim around like on the floor in the living room of my grandparents' house in the country. We used to act like we were Little Mermaids on the floor.
Oh.
How you doing? Yeah.
How you doing? But so I already had a love for The Little Mermaid. Then when she came out on land, the big movie that came out when she came on land and everything, I used to watch that movie all the time. So I'm just a fan of The Little Mermaid. But when I seen her, Ariel already sang that song for me. Okay, good. The white Ariel already did enough of that song to me. I love that song.
Yeah.
I have plenty, but who cares? No big deal. I want more. Like, that song forever lives in my heart, okay?
Right.
But when I sing it, Haley, right? Chloe, which one is it? Haley?
It's Haley.
Haley, okay.
Haley.
Halle. I'm sorry, Halle.
Haley. I always feel like she's always the underdog because Chloe is just always, giving it to us.
She's out there.
And she doesn't, I don't feel she has Haley doesn't really give me anything on stage, but the feeling I had between just that little run she did and just her acting, I was just like, I believed and I felt that whatever she was singing about, it could have been about poop. And I would be like, yes, I want some too. I want some. Like, because it was just so heartfelt. It was so good. And it brought a tear to my eye because I really felt like she was hurting because she wanted it to be part of that world.
Right. She was emoting so well.
Yes. So I cannot wait. I hate they did this shit so early. Like, do it 3 months ahead of time. But I'm looking forward to this movie, okay?
And that's what they want, and they did a good job.
Yeah,
right.
They did a good job.
Jennifer, Tyrone, what were your initial thoughts of the trailer teaser?
First of all, I just want to talk about Halle. She is amazing. So
yes.
I do understand why some people would look at her as the underdog, but I'm a kind of person, I do pay a lot of attention to people that I'm gravitating towards. And Halle, first of all, I love their sisterhood, Chloe and Halle.
Yes.
Halle is the firecracker of the two. She has a small voice. What?
Solange.
She is the Solange,
She
yes.
is the Solange.
And she will go off for her sister. Like
Yeah,
her
she
sister,
will.
she's
Okay.
emotional one. So when they're over there doing lives and they're saying, man, Chloe, she's always this and that. Chloe's what?
Right.
Okay.
Like if I see that again, I'm gonna have to show you because
Yeah.
Halle is that girl.
That girl. Okay.
Right.
Yes. And
Okay, Solo Junior.
okay.
Yes.
And also another thing I love about her, I love her voice is just so small and cute to me.
Yes, it's like angelic.
It's yes. And so Jonathan didn't see it. But when I heard that Halle was going to be the one to do the Little Mermaid, I said, that's the right one. She's going to have it, and she's going to be able to do her, because like we always talk about with Disney voices, they have to keep it straight. Even on Broadway, with even like listening to Toni Braxton having to do
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast on Broadway, it wasn't. She wasn't doing all of that. Okay,
Right.
This is Disney, ma'am. So when I heard Halle said, let me tell you something. I said they let her do a little something, ain't it?
Right.
They probably said, well, they never could do it before, so we never worried about it.
Oh
Just
my
that little tiny run.
Just a little bit. It was
And
just a
like,
little
girl, I
one.
got no flavor, girl. Ariel is black and we are here to stay, okay?
Right.
Black. Look, and another thing that got me was when she recently performed. Y'all can do your Googles. You'll find it quickly on the YouTubes. She performed for a Disney celebration.
Mm-hmm.
Can you
Right.
feel the love?
And she's sung the hell at that song.
Yes, you did.
It was stunning. Okay. No one, I'm not sure if anybody else can do it like she did. She sang that song up and down. Her voice is so amazing.
Yes.
So, just to let y'all know, I have not watched any remake of any of the Disney movies ever.
Me either, but Lion King.
Wow.
I know who was in it.
I haven't watched any of it.
I haven't, but like, yeah.
Not
I can tell you which ones are good.
The only Aladdin remake.
Yeah.
No. So I just want to say solely off the strength of supporting not just a Black woman, but Halle. I like Halle.
Yes.
Solely off the strength of Halle, I'm going to be watching this.
Well, yeah, and I love the Little Mermaid, but even the girl who's playing Ariel, like the white one, what's her name? She's a comedian. She's playing Ariel, but she said in the studio when they saw her do her part, she said people were crying, tears
the
in
one that
person.
played Ursula, not Ariel.
I mean, what's the Ariel? I mean Ursula.
Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
She said she was literally in tears. And I said I can only if I cry on that 45-second teaser.
Child.
When the tears start coming to my eyes, like, girl, let me just go down to the ocean and get you so you can be part of this world. So you know, this is what
Yeah.
Right.
And okay, you know it's a lot of Caucasian people ahead of these things, but she was the first that auditioned, and he said there was plenty, and of course he wasn't going to name names because apparently I guess he's not messy, but she was the one that stayed with them in their minds as they went through the process. Your nails are cute, Mike. Anywho, she was the one that stayed in the process. So,
yes.
Yeah, I'm just so happy for her. And I saw an interview with, not Oprah, with Mama Lawson. Tina.
Yes, Tina.
Oh yes, thank you.
Yeah, she talked about having to gain confidence in herself.
Right.
And I'm just so happy for her to go on that journey, seeing her spread her wings, flippers, and fly.
Right. Tyrone, what were your initial thoughts on the teaser trailer?
I was anticipating this for a while because I found out I want to say the tail end of 2020, there was buzz about her being potentially picked
Mhm.
for this role, and I was like,
when we found out it was real, I was like,
oh my gosh, this is gonna be so big because this is a huge iconic role as far as Disney's
people gonna be
catalog.
hating.
And
Right.
ooh, wait, there's gonna be this huge backlash
Just
because
so
Right.
in love with this
He's
movie.
in the-
people are so stuck in the traditionals of
but I'm
everything.
saying,
And I was like, look, she gonna
She gonna
be
kill it.
there,
I
and
just
she
wanna-
gonna-
Right.
and she gonna pull you in.
Exactly.
I really want to know who's gonna be like King Triton and who's gonna be Sebastian and the
Right.
crab. I just want to know who's gonna be these people
oh, Sebastian's
because
gonna be good. I think he's
Yeah.
David Diggs. He
David,
was on.
yeah.
He was in Hamilton. He's going to play Sebastian.
Yeah.
he's gonna be
okay,
good.
well, I'm pretty sure he'll be good. I don't know who he is, but I don't really care.
Look him up. He's a looker.
Yeah.
I'll see when I'm seeing him in the show.
Something tells me he might not
absolutely-
be his human form when he's playing.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
he might find that
That's the
world
thing.
too.
If they're going to make the other animals look real lifelike, like for a crab, like he's gonna look like a crab. Like I don't.
Well, it's a lifelike
Lobster,
movie.
man.
Lobster.
Lobster.
So I'm thinking
Lobster,
like
I mean.
maybe they'll change the way he looks a little bit. I don't know. But anyway, so the second portion of this discussion that I wanted to have was the backlash that is happening. I've seen quite a few videos of people who are putting this down, who are not supporting this whatsoever. I think they said there was 1.5 million dislikes on the teaser trailer. So people are coming out in droves against this. Now, do I think that this thought of her being the wrong one to play Ariel is racist? Do I think it is a racist thought? Not necessarily. I can see how it could be taken as racist, but I don't believe that it is racist because they're just holding on to what they know. And for that to change, I can understand why. I thought of this. So what if they made Gaston in the Beauty and the Beast remake? What if they made Gaston a black man?
Who was Gaston anyway?
Gaston is the villain in the Beauty and the Beast. He's the one
I don't remember the teacup from that movie. I don't remember from that movie at all.
Right. To me, I feel like, it would be kind of a knee-jerk reaction. Like, why would you do that? Like, but for me, I feel like as long as the character's race is not an integral part of their story, such as Pocahontas, you can't have a white girl playing Pocahontas because Pocahontas is Native American. So, and that's all about her story. You wouldn't have a white woman or a black woman play Mulan because Mulan is inherently Chinese. You wouldn't have a black woman play Tiana because Tiana is a black woman.
Oh, I'm sorry.
In Louisiana, and she's scraping and scratching and surviving. So as far as her being black, Ariel, is it like her race has nothing to do with her story. So that's why I feel like it's okay for her to be black. But what do you guys think about the reaction that people are having? Do you think it is racist for them to say that she's wrong for the role?
Some of them are racist that are saying these things.
Let's just make that clear. Some of it is racist.
Some are.
Yes,
absolutely.
Now, and
bigotry and racist.
I think it's probably like maybe 15% who feels like because they're so used to the area being actual white, they're mad that she's black now. The other percentage
85.
is racist. 85% is definitely racism because at the end of the day, these are fictional characters.
Right.
The mermaids do not exist. And then also, the girl is purple. Nobody's purple in the United States of America that I know of. So who's gonna play that? Somebody purple? Then
Right.
She won't be a character at all. So, y'all just calm it down. And the thing is, I feel they would have had. I'm gonna just say it. I'm gonna get backlash on this.
Say it.
If I don't know if I want to say it because I don't agree with what this is. I'm going to say, but this is when people probably would have had a major problem. If Ariel was played maybe possibly by a dark-skinned lady.
Oh, no, they would not have that.
Lapita played Ariel. Then I can see maybe where they can see some of the issues. Not saying that it's a problem, but it's so fetched. Oh, like it sounds so ugly when I say it, but
it would have been worse. I think
it
that's
would
what
have
you're
been
trying to
worse.
say.
Yes.
It would have been worse.
It would have been
right.
worse. Stop laughing at me. Because I don't agree with it. Okay? Because I know I'm here with my people. But you got to see what I'm talking about, Jonathan, right? You get what I'm saying?
I do. I understand. I completely understand. But to be honest, like I would have thought they would have made Ursula black before they would have made Ariel black. Queen Latifah played Ursula in the live version of The Little Mermaid that they did on ABC a couple of years ago. So to me, it's really nothing. What do you guys, Jennifer, Tyrone? What do you guys think about the backlash that it has been getting?
I wish I didn't say what I just said. Oh, I sound so nasty.
No, but
No.
I will have to say, let me support you, my friend. I hear what you're saying, and I understand exactly what you're saying, and you're right.
Right.
Okay, it's okay. But
now my bill might be like Tiffany Haddish and be canceled now.
oh,
Right.
but what I would like to say is, I would just like to spread some love upon TikTok. Though it can be a really bad place, it can be a really great place. And I really enjoyed hearing all the conversations and all of the arguments that people had as to why she should be white. Especially
white. Oh yeah, white.
She should be white.
Right.
Especially people trying to say, well, it was written by a Danish person and blah 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 blah. And it's like it's still a make-believe story. And like even Princess Tiana, she's actually based off a real black woman. Like we wouldn't be able to have an African American woman ready to fight the Hun.
Right.
It just
how would she find herself in China?
How? How? Though there are some black people in China.
Yes, they are.
We ain't gonna go there. But
you went there when you said that.
But it's true. Thanks, Mike. You're amazing. So, to be honest, I found it all very funny. I loved hearing all of the information and people debunking all of the information. I really enjoyed all of that carrying on. And another thing I really liked was just seeing all the white people that have stood up for it. It's like, look, we've seen everything with our faces on it. Why can't we let them see it sometimes?
Yeah.
And oh gosh, the funniest part. There was a man that said, "Why don't we do Roots with an all white cast? Why don't we do that?"
Yeah.
And
that's what y'all should do. And I agree upon that.
I want to see this.
But this is the problem. This man was serious, as if it will be a dig at us.
Oh no, baby!
Right? No.
Maybe dig y'all understand.
It's like no.
Go right ahead.
You play Kunta. You play Kunta.
You go.
Please get your foot chopped off real quick. And kids in here.
Okay.
Let it whip on you.
Can you picture that movie being with people? They come like, okay, this is only acting. Okay. Get you for real.
Look,
okay.
Right.
That first time that thing went, he be like,
Kunta Kinte. No, Toby. That's name.
This movie's over.
After hearing that, of course, a whole lot of people started putting up memes of having so many Caucasian people on our, black movies, like on Set It Off.
Is that where that came from?
Yes.
I'm like, why are they? I knew it was
Ariel,
but I knew they was doing that.
That's why, because they said, you know what? It's like, this is why I love our community. This is why I love black people, because we can turn everything into something so hilarious. They had Leonardo DiCaprio on the front of the Roots.
From Django to Roots.
Woo!
Hilarious.
But and all these other different movies that involve, our oppression and the things we went through, or even, like Training Day, having a white man on. Okay, So this whole situation, it brought out a lot of ugliness. It really
Yes.
did. But as us African Americans do, what we've been forced to do literally all of our lives and our existence, especially here in America, we laughed at it and it was hilarious.
But
Yeah, 'cause
the most beautiful part for me was the reaction of young Black girls saying,
Oh,
"Oh, she looks like me. She's Black. Look at her hair. Like,
the
it's
one that says
so."
brown.
Yes, that was the one that I love the most. She's brown. Like, that was so
well,
beautiful.
I have one that most, and it wasn't from a Black girl. It was from a white girl,
Oh,
Yeah.
and she was like,
Is that?
Is it Beyonce?
Let him say it.
"What did she say again?" She said, "Is that
She said, "Is that me or was that Whitney Houston?"
Yeah, that one. I was like, wait,
said,
what?
yes?"
I said,
Yes.
"Caucasian girl, that was hilarious," and I
Oh my
applaud her mother because she knew who Whitney Houston is. I mean, she had a really nice voice and said, "Is that Whitney Houston? Is that me or was that Whitney Houston?"
At first,
She
she was
back.
something disrespectful. I'm like, "Oh Lord, she about to say something dumb."
That's exactly what I was thinking. But when she said Whitney Houston, I said, "I was too close."
Oh my
I said,
It-
"All right, little girl."
It is too cute.
Yes.
I think this exposes America's problem with colorism
right.
versus racism. You know,
Mm,
those two things are hand in hand.
right.
Colorism came first, and then that was that gateway drug into racism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they are hand in hand. Yes, I do agree. But I think majority of, I think majority, not much. I won't say majority. I'm just gonna say a lot of them are racist who are upset, and a lot of them are just colorists, I guess.
So do any of you guys think that a part of the reason why she got the role was because she was Black? Okay.
Her
No,
voice
her voice is
is
ridiculous.
ridiculous, and she has impeccable control.
Yes.
I've never heard somebody in her age range
Mm-hmm.
with so much control over her entire range.
And,
Right.
she goes up into
And
so
it's
many high
effortless.
ranges, and that's how she sings on their songs and stuff. And it's like I never thought that she was going to go to the background when Chloe started doing her music. Of course, Chloe gonna do something. Her sister over there in New Zealand or somewhere shooting a whole movie.
And I know that movie up to a long time to shoot because they probably had to do everything so many times.
Yes,
Right.
it's not a short process. That's why she
Yes.
was able to record music and stuff like that, do some things on her own while her sister was out here doing it.
Right.
Hallie,
Right.
give it up to Hallie for doing that. Hallie, you about to go down in history.
Yes, sis.
Okay,
Right.
you are going to be balked so many times, and for little young girls who are not even born yet, so they can look up to somebody. This is a Black mermaid. You're going to have good representation now. Girl.
Exactly. So congratulations. Congratulations to Howie. So thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. Make sure you come back next week. Will we be here next week, Jennifer? Yeah, we might not be here next week.
Let's keep it with ourselves.
Right, but because we're going on vacation next week, so we'll let you guys
How dare
know.
you?
Hey,
You did it last week.
I was
Right.
taking mine. It wasn't really a vacation.
So, Mike, go ahead and give us your social media contacts real quick.
Yes, my name is Mr. Real 121. That's MRREAL 121. You can find me there on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram under the same username. And then also, if you're about drama, just don't bother. Thank you.
I like that. Jennifer, Tyrone, your social media contacts.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, and I'm the Light of the Leo. You can find me on TikTok as well as Instagram at The Light of the Leo. And of course, you will also be able to see me on my Light of the Leo channel, where we have amazing discussions, a lot of enlightening moments, and you will really enjoy it. The series is called My Struggle to Be Me. Just type that in, My Struggle to Be Me, and you can add in the Light of the Leo, and you'll find me pretty quickly with that. And most recently, Mike, the last show was an hour.
It was.
I wouldn't have made it. Trust me, I was so tired.
It's okay. I'm happy you didn't come, but just I'm gonna need you to take a look at it. We had such a really great conversation. We just and the me in My Struggle to Be Me is now capitalized now. So
Yeah.
I am big me.
I'll still have to go find you some other way now.
Darren, give us your social media contact.
It
sir.
is I, the one that is known as Mr. T.D. McCullum. I am a musician and businessman, tech guru, all wrapped in one. You can find me on Facebook, Mr. T.D. McCullum. You can find me on the YouTubes, Mr. T.D. McCullum, and Instagram and TikTok.
Stream his music. Be blessed.
You can find my wonderful tune, Groove With Me. It's the smooth jazz saxophone with go-go influence on all streaming platforms, from Amazon all the way down to Tidal.
All right. And you can find me on Instagram. My Instagram is jojo_3020. My TikTok is jojo_3020_. My email is williamjonathanlee@gmail.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Jonathan Lee on Facebook. Once again, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, press the notification bell, and share. But until next time, we're going to say bye.
Goodbye.
See y'all later.